Hey guys, Femalien here, posting again. This time I want to talk about Asperger's, autism, and being sensitive to light and sound and all the different things that you come across when you're in public places and things like that. Basically, I have a massive issue with noise. It can irritate me to the point of like wanting to leave through dinner and things like that. I feel really bad sometimes because my poor partner has to put up with me like stressing about it. But if I go to somewhere, say like a food court, and I know there's a lot around me, I choose my table very wisely. Sorry kids, but I get away from them as much as possible because if a repetitive noise starts happening or something like that, it's just not good at all. A good example of this was last year. We went out for dinner and we were at this place where you, like a yum cha place, and you write down what you want with a clicky pen. Of course it was a clicky pen. And of course they didn't take it off this kid who proceeded to click his pen through the whole of our dinner. Now, my partner was not bothered at all, and if anything, sometimes it makes it really hard for me that he just is so unfazed by things, because it makes me feel like I'm really, really fazed by everything. So I'm sitting there like trying not to say something, and then I was like, I wish that kid would stop clicking his pen. But you know, what do? Do I go over and tell his dad, or you know, talk to him? That's awkward. Do I tell the waitress? That's awkward. I just wish they hadn't taken this pen off of him. Anyway, it basically ruined my dinner because all I could do was focus on the click. Every time it happened, my focus went on to the click. So that's the kind of thing that happens. And it's really weird and annoying because it can be really inconvenient depending on where I am. And I like to get out and about. I like to be around people. I used to be very I guess, afraid of going shopping and things like that because I was overstimulated all the time. Like, when I first moved out of home, I found it very difficult. But I think the real important thing about having autism is pushing yourself to be in places that you don't like, and you familiarize yourself with the surroundings, and you eventually do get used to it. It's not like you don't feel the same sort of feelings, but you know what to do about them because it is you. It's not the people around you. You're feeling all of this and you can control it. So that's what I did. There was a time where I didn't want to go shopping at all. And now we go to the markets every weekend and it's really crowded, really bustling, and there's a lot going on. But I know how to deal with the emotions that come up and the anxiety that I feel most of the time. And I tell that to my partner. I'm like, most of the time I'm anxious. It's just how it is. Like, especially if I'm waiting in line and, you know, I've got to interact and I don't know what I'm going to say. I like to know the script of things. That's why it's really hard for me to, like, ring up somewhere that I haven't rung before and do a process that I haven't done before, because I literally almost become mute because something happens that it doesn't connect the dots in my brain. But, yeah, back to the sound thing. I found that light and sound affect me. I remember it was Christmas once, we were in a food court. Food courts are brilliant for Aspies, you know? It's like all the worst nightmares all in one. This was at Christmas time as well, so it was really busy, and there was lights everywhere. Gonna put this down. There was lights everywhere, so the Christmas lights are like flashing in my peripherals, and there was just people everywhere, and at the time I didn't know I had autism. And I said to my partner, I'm like, I can't stay here. Like, I feel so horrific. And I don't know why. Like, no one was doing anything wrong. So, you know, it can be hard to be annoyed by things that people don't really understand sometimes. A really bad example of noise affecting me was at my last house. It was near a set of lights and they constantly beeped. And I actually had like this massive meltdown when we first moved into the house, because I was like, I don't remember hearing that when we looked at the house. Like, why wouldn't I hear that? And it just beeped all the time, through the night and everything. So, I mean, I know a lot of people would find that annoying, but for me, I just totally broke down because I was like predicting in my mind, I'm like, there's going to be a beep every this so often for the rest of the time that I live here. Oh gosh, it was horrific. But it's the same thing about putting yourself into situations that you're uncomfortable with. I did get used to it. While I couldn't really ignore it, I had to teach myself not to get so upset about it. And it really does strengthen you. And that's why I suggest to anyone to just push yourself into situations that make you uncomfortable. Even if it doesn't work the first time, as I said with shopping, you get better and better and better at handling your emotions and the anxiety that comes out. And you know, look into yourself and understand when noises are making you anxious and when light's making you anxious. Understand what's happening to you. And then you'll know, all right, well, I'm coming up to this situation. I may get anxious. What am I going to do about that? Sometimes you just can't help it and you have a bit of a meltdown or you get snappy or something. But luckily I have a really patient partner, so yeah. I kind of trailed off a little bit there. I had a coffee before this post and I never really drink coffee. So I'm a little bit chatty today. But yeah, I'd like, if you want anyone to just write in the comments about any of your experiences with sound and being overstimulated and things like that. And when you didn't quite realize it, maybe before a diagnosis, and you look back now and you understand a little bit more, and maybe the things that you do to make it easier for yourself. Yeah, this is Femalien signing off. Thanks for checking it out.